Tabelang baratuwa, ke la amogelela go YouTube channel ya nna ke lena ke sale Nina Tau Wara Masemola. I would like to take this chance to thank each and every single one of you for tuning in, subscribing, and being part of the family. To all my returning subscribers, hello Baratiwa, what's up? And to all my new subscribers, hey Baratiwa, hi Baratiwa, and welcome to the family. On today's video, as you can see, we have a guest.
What's up, y'all?
So yeah, on today's video, we'll be talking about how to relocate to Japan if you want to be an English teacher in this country as a South African. We're going to talk about the two different ways that we came. So for the purpose of this video, we will not be able to disclose the name of the company because of contract reasons. We don't want to be sued. Asna Mali.
See my broke hands, y'all. We don't have millions to give these people.
So yeah, without wasting any more of your time, let's get right into today's video. Okay, so we are firstly gonna start with our guests actually introducing themselves. Can you please do the introduction? Tell us your name, where you're from, where you are currently, and what is your job.
Okay. Hi y'all. Hey Baratiwa. My name is Lindy. I am from South Africa now, straight in Mpumalanga. Hello to the Swati Khans, you guys. So I'm currently in Japan, in Ashikaga, same city as Salim, and I am an English teacher, ALT. Yeah.
Okay. Well, same as me. My name is Saleh. I'm from Limpopo and Gauteng, 50-50, and I am an ALT in Japan, in Ashikaga City. Okay, thank you. So now people know you. So I want us to talk about how you got to come to Japan, right? Okay. But the first thing I want to know, how did you find out about being an ALT in Japan? Like, what was the research and what led you to come to Japan?
Okay, so I do have a friend of mine who went to work in China as an English teacher. And then there are quite a lot of people who I went to the same uni as Rhodes, who went like to South Korea, to whatever. So now I was also interested in going because we know, guys, economy at Ramaphosa is not allowing us to be in South Africa. So I was like, you know what? Okay, fair and fine. Let me go work overseas. So obviously being a teacher is the best way to go about that. So I did my research to see, okay, which country can I go to? And I chose Japan because it's easier in terms of affordability to come to Japan, because I noticed that the other two countries, like the famous one, South Korea and China, you need quite a lot of money for the process of getting there. But with Japan, I did not need to have a lot of money. So yeah, that's how I came about deciding on which country to go to. Okay. Yeah.
So obviously, same thing for her with me. I didn't care whether I was in. I'm kidding. I cared. Let's not lie. I cared. I cared a lot. So obviously, the first thing that I was introduced to, like being an English teacher in a foreign country, was through South Korea and China. And I realized like a lot of South Africans go to South Korea, China, Taiwan, Thailand, but I've never found out about Japan.
Exactly, literally. Exactly.
So I was like,
nothing on YouTube, nothing
what's
on TikTok,
happening? I want to know, right?
Mm.
And then I got to come across the JET program, and I did my research. And also another thing I am interested in Japan is architecture, construction, design. So which is what I studied for in university. So that kind of like helped me, like, okay, actually I do want to learn about this. I'm very much interested in that. Anything to do with construction, I like it. And the Japanese people, in my opinion, personal opinion,
they're very good at those things.
They're very good. I feel like they do everything to protect the environment, which is what in South Africa we were learning about. Like the construction industry currently is in the process of like trying to create sustainability, and the Japanese people I want to say they're thriving.
Yeah, Shem, they really are flourishing.
Yeah.
So, like, even like their day-to-day lifestyle, they really try by all means to protect the environment.
Right. So that's why. And then, of course, I had to do my research, and that's how I bumped into the JET program. And of course, money-wise, also it is cheaper.
Yes,
as a South African to come here. So yeah. So I came through the JET program.
I came through a dispatch company that I shall not mention.
Yes. So I want to know, why did you decide to apply through dispatch company instead of the JET program?
Okay, so by the time I learned about the JET program, it was already closed, the applications. So that's why for me. But had I known earlier, I think I was going to apply through JET program. But by the time I started the whole process, it was closed, and I did not want to stay another year in SA waiting for the application to reopen. Like, and I was like, you know what? Let me just go for whatever is available at that time.
Okay, yeah. So how many dispatch companies did you apply to?
So for the I applied to. Okay, this one is tricky because I don't know. Maybe if we're still gonna get to that topic on the how to apply, but so mostly there's like the website thing called Gaijin Port thing. So you don't submit your CV, so they have like their own template on the website where you put your details there, and then your CV is saved on the website, and then they list jobs there, and then you just say apply because your CV is already on the website, so you just say apply.
So it's like, I'm sorry to cut you in, so it's like Indeed careers, like when you look for jobs, exactly, where you just put in your details and then they show you like the jobs.
Exactly. So that's how it works. So I applied for like a lot because I just clicked apply. So it sent to a lot of them, but I only had 3 or 4 interviews. Yeah, I think I had like 3 or 4 interviews in total. Yeah.
Okay. Well, with us, like she said, our application process actually does take and it's only open for a certain period of time. It's not like with the EPIC program, the South Korean one, where it's open all year round. I think it's all year round, and then you decide when you want to come, which season, right? So with the JET program, you apply this time period, and they let you know which is from September to October. And they let you know. And then we're going to get into that whole topic and stuff like that. So now, since we talked about that, so you had interviews, right? So after applying, how long does it take for you to hear that you are going to be interviewed by whatever company?
Maybe like 2 weeks. 2 weeks. It gets tricky because I did not really track how long it took, because I was trying by all means that a day at least I send out 5 applications a day. So every single day I was applying. So I did not know by the time I got the response, was it from the company I applied to yesterday or the week before? But it does not take like anything more than 3 weeks, 4 weeks. No, it does not. Like, it's easy to get interview. Yeah,
which is different with the JET program, because with the JET program we have our application period, which is from September to October. So the application period opens in September and it closes middle of October, that's very short, between the 15th and the 20 something of October, right? So yeah, maybe you get like a whole month of September and 2 weeks of October or 3 weeks of October. Every year it's different. It changes every year. So you always have to make sure before applying that you know what are the requirements, how long is the application process. And then after that, you're going to wait for a full month. So let's say the application period closes on the 20th of October. So you're only going to find out on the 20-something of November if you are successful or not.
So do they tell you if you're not successful?
Yes. So they're going to start off sending emails to the successful candidates that congratulations, you've made it through to the next stage, to the next screening stage, which is an interview. Because you have an interview, it doesn't guarantee that you have a job, because that's just how it is with job hunting. And then after that, once they've done with everyone, the reason they do that actually is because they ask you, do you still want the job?
when you come for the interview?
So when they're gonna send you an email
to say you've been successful.
So that you're being successful for an interview. Please reply to us telling us your name, the interview place, and also tell us if you still want to be interviewed or not.
I see. So that should you say no, then they go back to the list to say, okay, who's the next best one?
Yes,
okay.
yes. That's what they do. And then if, let's say, everyone that has been asked, they said yes, unfortunately you didn't make it. Or so yeah, it's like if either you made it or not.
So now question. So let's say I apply this year and then I don't get in. Next year, do I reapply like literally from scratch, or
yes?
I can just
so next year, no. Next year you have to reapply. That's the bad thing. Okay. Like that's like the disadvantage.
So how I don't know if you have like I think if we're gonna get there, okay, fine. So how do you like what do they look for in terms of like okay taking these ones or rejecting other people? Like what can make you stand out?
Okay, so now that's the requirements, and I have no idea. I'll just tell you what they tell us, right? So the first thing, the requirements of you to be able to come to Japan, the bare minimum. You have to have an interest in Japan. You have to be.
How do you prove that you're interested in Japan?
You have to be interested in Japan. Anything can be an interest. You can be like, I like anime. That's an interest in Japan. And then maybe you like anime. You like because we know when it comes to South Africa, we watch anime in English.
Yeah.
Maybe you can say I like anime, and since I like anime, I stopped watching anime using English and I switched to watching it in its original language, which is Japanese, and I see the subtitles. That way for you, because in my opinion, I feel like watching things in their intended language sometimes it's best compared to the dub thing and like the whole thing changing. Let's stop dubbing things.
And also you can talk by the mouth more. So these are not the people. But if you grow up watching Telemundo, guys, you become a master in those things. You don't even realize.
Those people don't. Yeah. So okay. So now let's talk about the requirements. The requirements of coming to Japan through the JET program. First of all, you need to have an interest in Japan. Be interested in Japan. It could be you like their cherry blossoms. It can be you like their architecture. It can be you like their history. It can be food. It can be you actually like how the schools are structured. Anything that shows that you are really interested in Japan, right?
And it's okay to lie, you guys.
Okay, I don't know.
I mean, you can like you don't honestly. Okay, I'll just talk when it's my turn. But you can just lie, not like a big lie, but a lie of I'm interested in Japanese food. You know, even if you've never had it.
Okay,
those little lies.
That's not me. That's her. Secondly, you have to have a bachelor's degree. It doesn't matter what you studied, as long as it's a bachelor's degree. You have to be a South African nationality person, like a citizen, South African citizen, South African nationality. You have to be born and bred in South Africa. It has to be, I'm not a permanent resident. I am a South African citizen in the certificate. Right? And then those are the requirements, like the top 3. And then you have to be physically interest, bachelor's degree, South African citizen, and then the other one, which I'll say is top, I'll say physically and mentally fit. Because teaching in Japan, I feel like teaching in general, it's a very mental thing. You have to be mentally you have to be very mentally ready. Every job it is, but then with teaching, I'm not a teacher, guys. I'm an qualified teacher. And I mean, she's a qualified teacher.
And let me tell you,
yeah. So that's all I can say. Although now I understand teachers when they say they always come back tired, because like it is tiring. Teaching is a very demanding job. So you have to be very physically and mentally. And then another thing, you have to love kids to an extent.
You need to be patient.
So patience is needed.
You need to be patient.
So I'll say those are like the top 4 things that are needed before you start your application process.
Okay, so you mentioned physical and mental fitness. So of course, with physical, you can prove. With mental, you have to prove, or it's just your own personal
no.
decision
So
that, okay,
mentally, it has to be you. It has to be more of you of like, mentally I'm ready to
go through that thing.
go through this, to go to a different country where I can't even speak the language. Mentally is more of like showing that you are able to adapt
to a new
environment, that you are, also you do take mental health seriously, but like you are very much like able to adapt, and you will find ways to help if you struggle.
Should you?
Okay. So what about you?
Okay, so our requirements: you need to have a bachelor's degree, obviously, and then you, at that point, you had to do your COVID test. When you are traveling, not when you are applying.
Okay.
So when you are applying, you just need your TOEFL. You need your TOEFL. You need your bachelor's degree. So those are the two requirements. You don't need to be a South African citizen, because even other like Zimbabweans and etc., they do apply through dispatch company. So the two most important is just your bachelor's degree, your passport, obviously, and then your TOEFL. Those are just the basics.
Okay, so let's go through the application process, right? So application process, you have the important things that is needed, which is you have to be a South African citizen through the JET program. You have to have your bachelor's degree, mentally, physically healthy, and then interest in Japan. So you go to the website, Embassy of Japan in South Africa, JET program. You go to the website, there are documents that will show you. You download them, right? Downloading them, it's going to tell you what's needed. They're going to need, like I've said, a certified copy of your bachelor's. You're going to need 2 reference letters from referees. And then you're going to need a medical health certificate, which they have a template. You use that template. You take that template, you go to the doctor with it, and you do your medical. You fill in that thing. If you don't have a medical aid, then you have to pay cash. If you have medical aid, I don't know, because I'm a medical aid babe, so, and that's me.
Oh, my must be.
Nice life problems.
And then the thing you mentioned, what do you want to ask?
Reference letters.
Reference letters, yes. So, like, do they want like from like a specific thing which you need to get from?
Yes. So if you're working, right? Let's say you are working and you graduated like 2 years ago. Then 2 of those things has to come from like your uni, your workplace.
Okay.
Right? Or you can choose one. You can choose your supervisor and your former professor to be your references, to be your referees, right? If you're in university, let's say you're doing your honors or your masters, then one of them has to be from a professor that is teaching you.
And then the other one
can come from anywhere. It can come from a pastor, can come from where you're volunteering, it can come from your workplace. Yeah, so that's how it is. It does tell you. The one thing that's nice about the JET program, it tells you what you need. It tells you like, okay, you have to do it this way. And then you need a police clearance. So police clearance, you're going to be told that it shouldn't be dated before the 1st of September. Right?
Since you're applying.
Since you're applying in September, it shouldn't be like July. They're not going to take it. That automatically disqualifies you.
Even if it's within the 6 months.
It shouldn't. They wanted to start from the 1st of September. The way it works, that we know that police clearance takes long. So instead of taking your police clearance, you can do a copy of your payment, the receipt you get.
I have done.
That I have applied for the PCC and you submit it. And once you're called for an interview, that's when you can hand it into them. Like, here's your actual thing.
Okay, question. I know I've done a PCC before, but I've just never thought about it, like in terms of the dating. So the date they write today, is it the date of when you applied or the date of when it comes out? So if they say they want it dated 1st of September.
So what they mean is that you shouldn't apply for it before the 1st of September.
So you need to apply on the 1st of September.
Yeah, starting from the 1st of September, that's when you can start applying for it. Don't apply on the 31st of August. No, don't do that. Immediately when it's like 1st of September, that's when you can start applying. Like I said, also remember, guys, it changes every year. So that means you have to continuously go to the website to check when the application period is open. because it changes. I'm saying 1st of September because that's when for us it was opened. It could be that for people who are applying for next year, which is 2025, it opens in October, and it's going to be like your thing has to be October instead of September. So you always have to ensure that you do that. So yeah.
If you are taking notes, guys, this sounds very important. Please take your highlighter and it sounds very
and if you have to slow it down, you have to slow me down. It's okay, do it. I will also like put like the link of the embassy, the JET program embassy, so that it can help you. And then I'll probably say starting August 20 something, you can start revisiting it to see what's happening. This information, unfortunately, it won't be able to help people who are coming in April, which is literally next month. So it will be able to help those who are coming like summer, winter.
The summer here.
The summer here. Not the summer here is it's June, August, July, August, that time, during that time. So yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Okay, so the application process on our side, like I said, that okay, you go to the thing, so we will link on the description box below, guys.
Yeah.
So you go to the website, you put in your details, must apply. So now the companies will then email you back and say, okay, hi, we'd like to interview you. Skype details, and use Skype, guys. That's so old fashioned. Like, I don't know why they still use Skype, whereas we can just use Zoom
or Teams.
It's 2024. So yeah, then you're gonna Skype. So obviously, then you're gonna do the interview. They are normally so short, They're so short, like about 15 to 20 minutes. Then the interview is done, and then after that, obviously, they will tell you that okay, even if you are not successful, they do get back to you. Because I remember there was one interview that I was not successful in, so they did tell me that sorry, your thing, you've not been successful, whatnot. So yeah, you do the interview. If you're successful, they're gonna email you back and say, okay, this is what. Tell us if you're still interested
in it.
Yes, and then if you say you're interested, they're gonna say, okay, send us a copy of your degree, of your passport, of your TEFL. So once you send that, because they need to use that to apply for a certificate of eligibility here in Japan, because you need that certificate to apply for your visa. So now you say, okay, yes, I want the job. Then you send your degree and all the documents they need to them. Then probably gonna take like a month or a month and a half for the certificate of eligibility to come back. So that's on them. They do the application and then they keep quiet. You will get worried, guys. Because I kept on emailing, how's it going? Is everything okay? Because I'm like, okay, I don't want to keep on waiting and then things are not
going
popping. Well. And Mina, I think, okay, things are...
Yeah. Okay.
So it's going to take more like a month for the certificate of eligibility to come back. And then once it's back, then you use that one to apply for your visa. But yeah, the process is basically you going to the website, you put your details, you apply, they get back to you, you do the interview. If you're successful, you send them your details,
your documents,
your documents,
and then they apply
for you. Then they send it.
Back. So with the JET program, everything is done by the Embassy of Japan in South Africa. So they are the ones who are talking with the Board of Education in Japan, right? So you don't worry. So you apply, but I will say with the JET program, you actually have to wait for a very long time. It does teach you to be patient. They even tell you guys, don't you email us asking us what's happening.
We will email you.
So don't do that. Just trust in the process. I know.
I wonder if the process knows what we are trusting in.
But trust in it. So this is what happens. So if let's say you're applying right now, you're doing your final year. For example, right now, let's say it's October, right? You're applying and then you've submitted and then November comes and then you have an interview. Your interview happens in January. So they tell you in November that your interview is going to be in January. And then in January, you have your interview. That's where the waiting starts. Because after finding out that you've made it, it's like, okay, I have an interview, it's fine.
Prep.
Right? Now the waiting starts after the interview. After the interview, patience is a virtue. Patience is needed. You have to be very patient. So this is what happens. After the interview, right, you're gonna wait. Let's say you get a job. If you get a job after your interview, accept that job, right?
Because you're still gonna wait.
You're still gonna wait. So accept it. No, if they say they're starting February, and when you saw on the thing, they said like the next people coming in April, they're coming on the 1st of April. Take the job. You need as much money as you need. Like you need money to come here. Okay, so take it. Don't be like, no, I'm going to take the job. And then the coming to Japan we'll see later when it comes, right? Yeah, when the time comes. I'll say take the job because you're waiting. After taking the job, they'll probably for those who are coming in April, they'll find out in March if they made it through. Like they're gonna say you are considered as an early arrival. You are not going to have an orientation. You're gonna become here as if you are people who are coming through a dispatch company. Okay. You arrive like that week of spring break in Japan,
of which is like next week.
Which is next week. Yeah, you're gonna arrive, and then after arriving, you're gonna come to school. Literally, you arrive, you do your things, and then you start working. That's how it works for you. So you don't have a orientation. However, if you're like me and you came in August, right? You will find out May or June, which is I forgot. You're gonna find out either May or June that you've congratulations, you've made it through. They're gonna say they're not gonna say you're a successful candidate. They're gonna say you're a shortlisted candidate. Yeah. Shortlisted means you've passed.
Right now, we still want to say
right? To see what. So right now, what they want to ask you is for your passport. They want to ask you to send them the application for visa stuff, and then you can start applying for your visa and stuff like that, to show that you're still interested. So take the job. Take the job.
Yeah, because from January to June,
that's a long month. So take a job, right? And then from there, we're gonna talk about money. How much you need to come to Japan. I'll tell you with the JET program. With the JET program, they tell you the minimum. They will say the minimum amount you need is 20,000 rands.
So that's for to start?
Yes, that's for you arriving in.
Okay, arriving. Okay.
Yeah, so before arriving, let's talk about visa application, plane and stuff
coming here.
And coming here. Yeah. So with the JET program, your visa it's waived. Your visa fee is waived. That means you just apply, and then you're not gonna pay a fee. I'm here to apply. No. You can apply. Give them your passport. It only takes 2 days. Like you apply today, which is, let's say today is a Monday. On Wednesday, you have to come and fetch your visa. Right. So it's done. So they already pay for your visa. You don't pay anything.
That's nice.
Right. Another important thing I forgot. Applying, you don't have to. You are not allowed to send an email. Do not send your application as an email. You have to hand courier it. It has to go to
hand delivered.
Yeah, hand deliver. You can take it yourself or send it via courier. So the email thing, the faxing thing, don't do it.
Do those things.
Guys, listen to me. Do not do it.
Paperwork in Japan, guys, is a thing.
I know you're probably like, why can't we just
at this day and age? I know, right? Yeah, we fax things here. I was shook.
Right?
I was shook. I got here and they're like, you need to fax. I've never faxed anything in my life. What do you mean fax?
Yeah. Are you saying fact?
What is that?
So it's just please just do what they say. Don't try to be special.
Smart.
If they tell you how to deliver this thing on Saturday, go on Saturday.
If they say 12,
do it.
1 minute past 12, they'll say no.
Guys, arrive at 10.
Exactly.
Arrive 2 hours early. I'm sorry.
5 if you guys.
Arrive early.
Yeah.
So that's what happens. And then with the visa, same thing. Visa, you're gonna send them. They wanna ask you, right? Because I was working in Limpopo and I couldn't go to the embassy, so I sent an email saying, I sent an email to the person that I was told to email. I was like, hey, my name is Salima Samula. This is my application number, because you have a student number that they give you. I won't be able to come for the embassy for the visa thing. I'm going to send my dad to apply for me.
Okay.
So I had to send them like my dad's like name,
So he can provide
an ID number, so that when he gets there, he shows them, he gives them my stuff, and it's like, okay, this is I'm the one, and they take it and they give him a paper saying, "Hore, come back after 2 days. Your visa will be to collect your visa." That's how it is. So yeah, they pay your visa. After paying your visa, it comes now. You have to start packing and you have to start saying goodbye to your family members, guys. Right?
Bittersweet moments.
Yeah. So after that, you don't have to. After that, once your visa is, once you receive your visa, which you automatically, once you apply for that visa, you have your visa.
Yeah.
It's just you need it on the passport. That's all.
You need to stamp.
Yeah, if you want to collect visas. So once that happens, you will get we have an agency that handles our plane tickets.
Okay.
The Board of Education, the Ministry of Education in Japan, is the one that is paying for our plane tickets. So we are flying for free.
But I feel like I'm Nandi. Let me tell you guys, I highly recommend it.
Program.
Saying because pay for everything itself.
So that's what happens. So they're gonna pay for your plane ticket to come to Japan. Once you come to Japan, they're also gonna pay for your hotel where you're going to have an orientation. Everything is paid for. The only thing you need, everything is paid for. Everything is paid for. The only thing you need, right, is that 20,000 rands, which is minimum. As a startup, that 20,000 rand is going to help you when you go from Tokyo to wherever you are placed. My thing, minimum is 20k
rents,
right? In Japanese yen, that's like 100 and something, 150k, 160k, somewhere there, which is a lot of money, especially if you live in the countryside like us. It's way more than enough. But if you live like in Tokyo, Osaka, those type of places, it's not enough. So you need more. I will do a video with some of my friends and asking them how much they were supposed to bring, how much they brought, and how much they actually spent, so that you can see the differences, right? So yeah, you're going to be told to bring 20,000 rand. That 20,000 rand is to help you for the first month. For the first month, meaning you arrive in August. So in August, you will get paid for August, but because you have to buy stuff for your apartment. You have to pay a deposit. You have to pay your first rent.
When you arrive.
When you arrive. Before even getting the key, before even getting the lock, before anything.
Hey, and people here, they don't negotiate, guys. You can't pay like.
Yeah. So your supervisor, the person who'll be in charge of you at your school, because we call them supervisors, you call them
coordinators.
So your supervisor is the one who's going to tell you how much you need. Also, you'll be able to talk to your predecessor. With the JET program, you have access to ask your predecessor, how much do I need? How much stuff? So your predecessor is the one person who can tell you, like, okay, so
the actual
facts, how much you're gonna need. So my predecessor told me to bring 100,000 yen, which is 15k in rent. But I brought more because
just to be on the safe side.
So yeah, I did that. Also, the money that you come with is going to pay for your first month electricity, your gas, your key deposit, your rental, right, apartment. You pay for that month even though you haven't stayed in that month. You are going to need things like
for food,
stuff like that. So you definitely need that money for the first month to be able to live comfortably or until you get paid. It depends when you're gonna get paid. So yeah.
So question, because I know with us it's a bit maybe different. I don't know. Okay, so when did you get here? Like exactly, like what's the date? Like when did you start?
So I left South Africa on the 29th and I arrived of July.
Okay.
And I arrived in Tokyo on the 30th of July.
Okay. And then you have the 1 week training.
We get 1, 2, 3 days.
Okay,
training.
3 days training. Okay, so that's July, yeah.
So we arrived.
So we can say you started working in August, first week of August. You started working, and then you got paid 25th.
No.
Okay. So it's the same as us.
So I get paid. So your school is the one that not just, I guess your school, I don't know how.
Can you guys don't, okay.
So people get paid different times. Most of us get paid on the 15th, others 25, others month end, others beginning of the month. So it all depends on where you're working and how they do their payment stuff. Yeah. So we all get paid different times. So it's not like exact, like everyone gets paid. No, we all get. So I get paid on the 15th.
Okay, so since you got here, let's just say 1st of August, you started working. Did you get paid 15th of August?
Yes. So I had more money. So also another thing, the moment you start orientation, that's considered a working day.
Yeah.
Because you are working, just not in your school. But the fact that you had to wake up, like you're going to work, attend the thing, that's work. So you will be paid for those 2 days as well. Let's say you arrive in Japan on the 28th of July, and then 29, 30, and 31, it's July, it's training. You will be paid those 3 days. Right, yeah. It's my stomach.
It's fine. Okay, so on my side, yeah, we don't have the privilege of getting things paid for us, guys, unfortunately. So you're going to need 400 rands for your visa. So when you go there, you're going to apply. You only pay when you collect. So you're going to apply after 2 days, it's going to be out. So because I applied in Pretoria, well, we all apply in Pretoria, and I live in Northgate. So I went to Pretoria to do the application, and then I went back home. And then when it was out, I asked my sister-in-law to go fetch it for me. So I just gave them, like you said with your dad, like the name, the whatnot. So she had to go there and provide him ID to prove that, okay, I am the person that was sent. And then she pays it, and then she brings the thing. Okay, fine. Once you have that, then we had to do the COVID test, because at that time, Japan
hadn't yet considered COVID as flu.
Yeah. So, yeah, at that point, we had to do the COVID test. So I did it in Pretoria as well. And also, you have to do it
once you arrive.
You have to do it like 72 hours before your flight.
Okay.
So I think I traveled on Saturday, I think. So I did mine on Thursday, then it was out on Friday, then I was traveling on Saturday. So yeah. So I had to do that, and then I paid 500 to do the COVID test. Yeah. So, but now I don't think they do the COVID test anymore. But obviously, you have to check with what they need. So, it's the visa 400, is the COVID test 500, and then the flight. That's where it's at. That's where, guys. Wow! I fainted 5 times, and I woke up, and I still had to pay the money. So, also another thing that is very important: try by all means to buy your flight ticket as early as you possibly can. So once you have everything, you have the contract signed, the visa won't be a problem. After 2 days, you have it. If everything is in order, guys, try to buy it as soon as you possibly can. That's the mistake that I made. But it was not on purpose. I think there was a reason I bought it late. I just can't remember what. So I bought mine for 16K rands. Yeah, I know. I fainted 5 times. So I bought mine for 15K rands. But my man's bought his earlier, so his was like 9K, I think. So yeah, his was more affordable than mine, because I bought mine late. I bought mine, I think, 4 days before
leaving.
No. I can't remember why I did that, but there was a very good reason I did that. Yeah, so it was quite expensive. It was like 16K, so there's that. So those are the most important things that you need. And then to come and settle in, you need more than what Australia needed, guys. You need so much money. Before that, you are going to have training. So I got here a week after everyone did. So everyone had a training while they were here in Japan. But it was via Zoom. But they were here already. Because I was working in SA, so I just wanted to finish the term. Because I had to be busy on my school report and whatnot. I was like, you know what? I can't just leave like that. Like it's not professional. So I was like, you know what? Because the thing is on Zoom, I can still attend. But the time difference, I was always crying because I had to be up at 12 midnight South African time until 8 a.m. It was a mess. But yeah, it worked out. I did my training online, and then I came here when I had to start teaching. So when you get here, Okay, the nice thing about us is that if you don't have the money for rent when you get here, the company pays for your deposit and they pay for your first month rent, but they will deduct it from your salary in a space of 3 months. So if your thing is 50K, example, your rent, then it's 50 divided by 3. So every month they will deduct that money from your salary. So at least you don't have to have a billion when you get here in terms of that. But of course, you will need money for transport to go to work, of which they will reimburse you at the end of the month. So you're going to need money for transport, money for food. However, the tricky part that I don't like about the special companies. So I got here April. So 10th, I think, or something like that. 10th April. And you will think I will get paid on the 25th of April because I get paid on the 25th. No, darling, you don't get paid on the 25th of April. 25th of April, you're only going to get the money a year training.
Oh.
Imali, a year training only. That's what you get. A training. And also remember, bafuna their money. The one I they deduct from that little money you get a training. Our training was like 6 days. Bazo deducted their money. They don't care if in money because obviously my training is not a lot. Yeah, Bazo deducted already that. And then now you have to work another month, the whole of May, without any salary, my dear. Without any salary.
Yeah.
So now they do the thing where you submit your sheet of the days you worked at the end of the month. So now imali that I had worked for the whole of April, I get it end of May. So I went 2 months
without salary.
Yeah, I only got paid on the second month. So when you get here, you need to have money to last you for 2 months because you only get paid end of the second month. That's when you get paid. So you do need quite a lot of money for you to survive because also I'm a bills. You have to pay bills. Everything needs to come out of your pocket. So it's a bit expensive. It's a bit expensive, guys. No lies. It's a bit expensive, Shem.
Yeah.
That's what.
Okay, alright, dear. We've literally gotten to 40 minutes and I don't want this video to be long, so we're gonna make 2 parts. Thank you so much for watching this far. Please do not forget to watch the next video that's coming for part 2. We'll continue the conversation from there. So this is it from me to you, Araja. I love you. And bye.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, guys. Nice to meet you all.
Thank you. Bye.